Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany. For those of you who aren't new, I am a licensed esthetician and a makeup artist. And for today's video, we are finally talking about skincare, which is something that I have been holding on for a little bit. Trust me, I've been gathering my notes and my thoughts to come on here and talk to you about. We're going to be starting with oily skin that I'm going to be talking to you about. I'm going to share a couple of products that I feel can be beneficial to you. I don't have an entire listing because that would take me so much time to research. If you have a question or you're curious about anything in particular, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to answer your question or your comment or your concern. I just wanted to point this out that there's different factors on skin, and there's two types, which are internal and there's external. So the internal is going to be more of stress, more of like your eating habits, water intake for sure, dehydration again with the water, lack of sleep, and genetics. That's something that is an internal thing. If you have a mom or dad who is an acne prone, most likely you might have acne prone skin. If you have a parent who is sensitive, you might be sensitive skin. So that's something that I just want to point out on factors on internal. And we do also have the external portion, which is things in your environment. For example, we do have people who do move from state to state, and that can be a huge impact on your skin. Like different countries, if you're moving, for example, in Florida, the weather is so humid. Like if someone who has a combination or dry skin is going to be beneficial because it's going to moisturize the skin, as opposed to here in California, we're a little bit more drier in the air. It's going to dry out your skin a little bit more. And also if you are from, I don't know, your skin can also become sensitized, meaning if your skin was normal from where you're from originally and then you move to a new place or new state, country, city, whichever it may be, it becomes more dry, more flaky, more blemishes. It can be because of the elevation of where you're living, and also that becomes sensitized, meaning that your skin has sensitized to where it's living in now. That doesn't mean that you, like before, maybe you were completely normal, then you move and then your skin becomes sensitized, therefore you have sensitive skin now. So that can happen to some of us, and I know it's happened to a couple of my clients that I have seen. And unfortunately, it's just the climate of where we are or wherever you reside. There's also sun damage, and this is why SPF is pretty important to your skin. I mean, there's some of us who tan easily. There's some of us who tan and get a little bit more red. There's some of us who, if you're being out in the sun too much, you get sunburn, and unfortunately that's something really harsh for the skin, and you notice that you'll start to get hyperpigmentation. Super populated here in the city of, you know, LA, and you know that can also be a factor for you. Number two I wanted to point out is that oily skin is not a bad thing. A lot of people, you know, I've seen and read and tell me they're just like, I hate my oily skin, and it's like, be grateful for your oily skin, because as you get older you're gonna start losing that oiliness at times. And I say that your skin doesn't age as fast, and that's because you're still producing oils. You have that sebum coming in, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. So be grateful, because my dry skin people be jealous of you. So be grateful. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's completely not a bad thing. I'd say like you're completely blessed for your skin if you have oily skin. For oily skin type, if you're not sure or you think you might have oily skin, it's mostly having larger pores also on the inner portion of the cheeks right here. So T-zone is where you will mostly have larger pores, therefore making more oil. If you're starting with a skincare routine or you don't know which direction to take, I do always recommend a pre-cleanse to any skin type. If you're dry, if you're oily, if you're a combination skin person. Sensitive, you have to be careful with what you're using, because at times you can be allergic to a certain ingredient or a product, or you just kind of have to just be careful if you are sensitive. But for my oily skin people, for my oily skin types, I do really encourage you to use a pre-cleanse, to incorporate a oil cleanse or a balm cleanse before your cleanser. The reason why is because a pre-cleanse or an oil or balm cleanse is going to help you break down anything that you use on the day, meaning your moisturizer, your serum, and your SPF. It's really important that we break that down before cleansing the skin. It's kind of like, I like to think of it as like when you're cleaning, right? So when you're cleaning a floor, like a wooden floor, you like to you sweep first, right? And then you mop, or you do the Swiffer, sweep, and then mop. So it's kind of like in that order where you have to take like clean, do another clean, and then, you know, you move on. So that's how I kind of like to like have you envision it. That's how we're doing for our skin. So the pre-cleanse, or if you use a oil cleansing, if it's oil or a balm cleanse, that's going to help break down, especially makeup. If you wear makeup on a daily basis, even with the masks right now, because we are in a, you know, pandemic and we are mandated to wear masks, at least here in California we are. But if you are currently wearing masks while you wear makeup, it's super important to definitely use a oil cleanser or a balm cleanser. Right now, currently, that I personally like to recommend, that's easily accessible and pretty affordable, is a DHC deep cleansing oil. That cleansing oil is nice because it feels like an oil, but when you lather it and it comes together in contact with the water, it doesn't feel stripping and super heavy on the skin. It's kind of like a lightweight type of texture that when you lather it on and you rinse it away, it's not going to be too heavy on the skin. And you know, there's different types of oils out there that you can help break down. I mean, I can probably name from different brands. My favorite one is the DHC one that you can purchase at Ulta, and you can get on their website as well. And there's also right now that I also currently like is the Pharmacy Makeup Balm. That's also a really nice one too. And the Clinique one I have been using for majority of my time, and I keep repurchasing that one, but I am stopping it because I noticed that like it leaves a film on my eyes now, unfortunately, and when I rub it for my eyes, it's just not for me. For the rest of my face it is, but just so you are aware of that. I mean, I know a lot of people also really like that, and I personally really like the pre-cleanse from Dermalogica, which is a staple in my treatment room. I do always double cleanse my clients, even though they say like they cleanse their skin. At times we think we cleanse our skin, but the pre-cleanse kind of helps with just taking everything down and just removing everything from prior. If you wore makeup the night, you know, things like that. So if you wore makeup the night before, or whichever the case may be, you have like lotion or a little bit of residue from moisturizer or the toner or the SPF. So no matter what, I always pre-cleanse my clients. It's just one of the things that just kind of make sure that we are taking that first layer off, and then we're going to go in with the cleanser, which is going to be my next topic, is cleansers. So for oily skin types, I do recommend a gel-based cleanser. The reason being is because it's going to be a little bit more foamy for your skin, and it's not going to strip away too much of your skin. With the oils, there's some cleansers let me see, there's a few that I think that I've tried in the past that I didn't know was like, you know, not good for your skin. It's one from Clean and Clear that I used, the Orange Burst. I used to use that and I felt my skin like shrivel. It was a very not good thing, so I used it for my body. And that's another tip: if your cleanser that's not currently working for you, or you see that it's not working well with your skin, I would recommend using it as a body wash instead. That way you're not losing that facial cleanser. So definitely I would consider a gel-based cleanser. There's a Kiehl's foaming cleanser that I think is a really good one. There's also from CeraVe, their foaming cleanser is also affordable, and I would say pretty okay, as in the esthetician world, is pretty safe to use. But for something like I don't want to like bash companies, but unfortunately there's some companies, you know, that not that great. Derma E has an amazing skincare line. I absolutely love them. I've been using them for a couple of years now, like more than probably 2 years, but I absolutely love Derma E. They're affordable, they're easily accessible, they're on Amazon, you can find them at Ulta, you can find them at Whole Foods. The majority of their products are vegan, if I'm not mistaken, all of them. I know they have their website and they break everything down for you. They have for all skin types, like so much to choose from. I kid you not, there's a lot. And there's actually a foaming paste that I'll put a picture up here that's also really good for oily skin, and they do have different lines for different skin types. And also if you want to do like ump it up a little bit, I know Laneige has a couple of good products as well, which I have a post that I'm going to post soon and I don't want to talk about it yet, but Laneige is a really good brand as well. They also have a cleansing milk, which is new and it's really good. It acts like it's a double cleanser, so it's like a double cleanse but also a cleanser in one, so you get the best of both worlds, so that way you don't have to buy more things. But that's for a separate post. And so that's for the cleanser. And for oily skin, or yeah, for oily skin type, I do recommend exfoliating 2 to 3 times a week. You can do an AHA, BHA, that's more of like the liquidy type of acid that you can exfoliate on your skin. Also glycolic acid, there's salicylic acid, there's like so many acids out there. The Pixi brand, they have a ton of acid toners that you can use that can act as your exfoliation. And there's also the physical ones, which are kind of like the grainy beady kind. Again, Derma E has the microdermabrasion scrub, which I personally use. I alternate between, I use the glycolic for 1 week and then I'll go to the microdermabrasion scrub. So it's kind of like, you know, picking and choosing, kind of like with makeup. It's like you pick and choose with different products that you like, you know what I mean? For serums, definitely I would recommend a hyaluronic acid serum. There is one from SkinScript that I use on my clients that I absolutely love. If you don't know what hyaluronic acid is, it's basically an ingredient, or it's basically a serum that's gonna help retain your moisture into your skin. It helps your skin stay supple, it stays moisturized when you put the moisturizer on top. Starting off with a routine, I would recommend using a hyaluronic acid. There's also glycerin that's also gonna help as a humectant as well. And for moisturizer, you can use a lightweight one, or you can use a little bit more of a thicker one that's going to give you that hydration. Just keep in mind, if you are oily skin, you do need hydration. As much as you want to get an oil-free moisturizer, I encourage you not to. You still need to keep that moisture on your skin. Let me give you an example. So my clients, I have a array of clients, even for makeup. I don't know if you've seen any of my client tutorials, but I prep their skin and I use the Tatcha Dewy Skin. That's supposed to be meant for more dry skin. I use it on all my skin types. If you're dry or oily, sensitive, I do have to check to see if the client reacts. But for majority of the time, I do use that to moisturize your skin, just because you need that moisture in your skin. You need to make sure your skin is getting that moisture in your skin. Like at times there's people who are just like, oh my god, I hate my skin so oily, like I want oil-free this, oil-free that. And it's like, you're gonna strip your skin away from that, and you need to have that into your skin so that way you're not losing and you're not stripping away any good oils that you need. Lastly, for a morning routine, you definitely need an SPF. I cannot, like, you need it. You definitely need to protect your skin from the sun and even like the UVs, everything. Even if it's a cloudy day outside, please, please, please wear your SPF. It's super important. I am going to always talk about that. Also for pore sizes, I have had many times people ask me, what can I do to reduce my pore size? By using a primer. You know, we have pore filling primers as well, and also exfoliation, like making sure you're doing it 2 or 3 times a week. That's also gonna help. If you use like more, that's also gonna help with it. But in reality, it's not gonna go from this to like micro size. You know, you can help it look minimal, but it's still gonna be there. It's your skin. It's not gonna go anywhere, and you know, unfortunately, that's just the way it rolls. Our skin is our largest organ. Drink water. Stay hydrated. That's gonna give you that like suppleness. If I missed anything, or if I didn't, you know, talk about anything in particular that you were like, oh my god, I wish you talked about this, please let me know in the comments. I'd be so happy to answer it. And if you have any concerns or anything, you know, my direct messages are open on Instagram, and I'm happy to like talk to you guys via there or on the comment section here. So thank you all for being here and your time and consideration in this video. Hopefully I touched upon anything that you were like curious about. Let me know in the comment section, what is your favorite skincare product? And I will see you in my next video. Toodles!